Well, I thought it was good for him to do it. I think he had to do it coming back to baseball and working for the Cardinals. I think it's good for his soul. I think it was a cleansing for him. It was long overdue given the disaster in 2005 before Congress when I thought he looked ridiculous. Secondly, I think that, it helps by telling people what really was going on. We knew it, but it's always good to hear. I found it interesting that not only did he take steroids, but he took HGH over a period of time, and that accounts for some of that enormous size that he achieved. Lastly, I don't think it will make much difference to the Hall of Fame voters. It wouldn't to me. I mean, his performance is so stained by all those years when he was juiced that I don't know how we can evaluate what he would have done if he hadn't been taking the drug. That's too bad because I think he had talent and he might have been a heck of a player without the drugs. But my view is anybody who took the drugs over any length of time disqualifies himself for the Hall of Fame. And I think probably McGwire, although his vote will go up a little bit, I think he's permanently disqualified. And I think the really tough cases will be Rodriguez, Clemens, Bonds when they come along.
I want to ask you a question about the Hall of Fame. What do you think about someone like Buster Olney saying we shouldn't be voting anymore? The Hall of Fame needs to find somebody else besides the writers to vote.
I think that's a very good point. I think the writers have a conflict. I know some of the big papers, the Times, doesn't let its writers vote for the Hall of Fame because they think that it's just not appropriate. So over the years, guys like Vesey and Murray Chass and others have not voted for Hall of Fame membership. And I think there should be a different group who are voting. I don't have anything against the writers, but I do think that it's a very difficult position to put them in. And I think that, the very difficult problem is what do we do going forward? I mean, how do we deal with the likelihood that we're never going to extinguish this problem? There'll always be the question before all of us, who's taking and who isn't. We know, as I said, the chemists are going to be working to find things that can be taken that are not easily detectable or not detectable at all. So I think it's a very sloppy, miserable set of issues, and I think the only thing we can say is that there are no easy answers, and the problem is not going away.